and now we've got like a retail business which has 3 parlours, about to be 4. I mean, I was literally going around like every day, like doing like 4 events a day. Like, it was crazy. Hardest things I've tried to battle. I'm finally getting there now. Not there, but finally getting there. Managing the team.
Right, welcome back, Henry.
Thank you very much, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. Busy.
It's been a while as well, isn't it?
It's been a while, mate. Yeah. Heat waves, just heat wave and ice cream goes well together. So
I didn't even think of that.
Slammed.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been crazy, mate. Like, it's worked out well though, but it's been absolutely chaos, mate, in a good way.
I bet it's quite nice timing now as well, because you've just opened up your 3rd parlour, haven't you?
Yeah. So Westwood Stratford launched a few weeks ago, about a month ago now, I think. It was perfect timing. Literally, the heatwave came as that opened, and it's just been all the parlours has been really well. Events, everyone's like in their office hot, so everyone's been booking us in to come into their offices, cool them down.
That must have just got hectic. But were people wanting it like ASAP though? Like, oh yeah, can you come in?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Like on average, we would literally be getting a couple of days' notice max. But we can do it. Like we can pivot quite quickly, and like we have the ability to literally turn around and go anywhere in the UK pretty much within 1 day notice. So we were doing stuff literally. Yeah, I think during the heat wave, we were doing like 10 events a day. Normally it's like a couple events a day. So literally it went straight out 10 events a day. Got the team together and everyone's just like jumping in.
I bet everyone's hot as well, working the events. So like, is it me? Do I have to go?
Yeah. Now, luckily it's ice cream, so it's not that bad. Just give yourself a little ice cream roll, cool yourself off. Yeah, true.
I guess you have that perk. But if anyone sort of listening, watching that doesn't know what Pan and Ice is, what is Pan and Ice?
So Pan and Ice, so I launched it back in 2015. It's a basically ice cream rolls made off frozen plates. So you have a cold pan, you pour on cream, you add in your favourite toppings, Oreo, Nutella, strawberries, whatever you want, chop it all up and you get fresh ice cream rolls. Launched in 2015, then we grew it from there, really. We started off at festivals and events. Then I went into retail. So we had our first ever place in Bristol. It was like a truck. And then it grew out of there into London. And now I'm cutting a massive amount here. But now we've got like a retail business, which has 3 parlours, about to be 4. We've got an events business, which does loads of corporate events all around the world. So that's literally now, an international business. And then we've also got a e-commerce business, which is like at-home ice cream machines. So you can basically...
I've got one.
Yeah, you do, exactly, yeah. So you can do your Pan and Ice at home. And that was launched because of COVID.
Fine, okay. Because I remember seeing you, I think the first time I saw, because obviously we've known each other a while, because I worked at the co-op and we lived in the same village and everything like that. We went for that last time. But I think my first time I might have seen you was at either Mahiki's or Reading Festival.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know which one was first. I was speaking to your mum about the Reading Festival one, not long after it happened.
You saw us at Reading Festival?
Yeah.
My word. We were busy there.
Yeah.
We were busy. That was good. We did that 2 years in a row. That's quite a while back now. But that was unbelievably busy.
It was like 2016, 2017, around then?
Yeah, so we started 2015, and the second summer we did the bigger festivals. So the first summer we didn't do them because they were too big. And then, we did that, and I think we did it for 2 years. I actually tried, funnily enough, to do Reading Festival, literally. I think it's this... Is it this weekend?
Next weekend.
So, I
literally just put my story on my mum last year. So I was like, do I want to go? When's it going to be? It would have been by the time this comes out.
I think we were going to do it this summer, which is a bit too busy. So I think next summer we're going to do Reading Festival again. We kind of stopped doing festivals for the last few years because it just got too hectic and we focused on other things. But I do miss going to festivals. We did a couple this summer. We did Wilderness and We Are Festival. We did
nice.
We Are was a partnership with Pretty Little Thing, and then Wilderness was just like our own festival. And mate, they were both unbelievable. So it kind of like gave me the excitement to do more. So I think next year we want to do like Glastonbury. We're going to do like a full festival calendar, which would be awesome. Have
you been to Glastonbury?
Oh, I haven't, no. I sold my ticket. I was me and my girlfriend, we had tickets to go, and I sold them because I was so annoyed.
I think I went just before COVID, and it was mental.
Oh, you've been? Oh, really?
Yeah. Steps was at like 40,000.
Apparently it's just another level. Like it's another world.
Oh yeah, like
it's a city.
If you think you've got someone on at like 2 o'clock that you want to see, and someone on at 3 o'clock, and they're different stages.
See, and apparently if you lose someone, that's it. You can't find them for the
rest
of the
we
day.
lost a mate for a whole day. Like it's not even that you have no service. It's like you could be like miles away from each other. And they're like, I'll meet you later. And I'm like, you're on your own.
That's mad.
But like it's a bit different. I think I went to Wireless this year as well.
Okay.
And you can't really get lost there, but you wouldn't want to get lost there.
Yeah.
As well, compared to like Glastonbury, I think everyone's a bit more
different crowd at Wireless.
A bit different.
Yeah,
but Glastonbury, everyone's there, like they're just having a bit of a laugh. Wireless, you still get those big groups of lads that are just still looking for scraps and everything. I was avoiding that at all costs. Like,
it's a bit of you then, mate.
Yeah, no, not really. The amount of like fake Louis Vuitton bags you see and stuff like that. I'm thinking, who brings like a Louis Vuitton rucksack with them to a festival? Like it's like I think it was the heatwave though. Okay. It was like 34, 33 degrees in a car park in Birmingham.
Mate, when I was at Wilderness, I think it was like heatwave then, mate. My tent, I remember waking up one morning and oh my word, mate, I was just like sweating. Yeah, so I can't do it anymore, mate. It's so hot. You
camped?
We did the glamping.
Okay, fine. You weren't in like
but mate, it's still
tent.
The same, mate. Like it's still like it's one of those teepees, and it's like you wake up and you're literally like I couldn't breathe, mate. I was like, open the door.
I don't miss that because I always think when I think of camping, I think like running festival.
Yeah,
obviously you're local as well. When you're like 16, 17,
that was disgusting, mate. That was like a swamp.
You wake up Strongbow dark fruits. That's what it was back in the day.
We woke up once, mate. I don't know about you, but we went when it was literally the worst weather, mate. We were literally in a stream. Like our tent, we woke up and it was just a stream running through the middle bit of our tent.
That's the best part though. And everyone was like sliding in the mud. I was always avoiding that a bit. To be fair, I was one of those ones that just went home like every 2 days for a shower.
Yeah, I mean, mate, we live around the corner, so it's easy.
Yeah, and like all your mates are like, can I come back to yours for a shower? I'm like, no.
Start charging them.
I know people that live like around the corner from it and they'll just start charging their mates for a shower.
100%.
Or like they'll be like chatting to someone, they'll be like, yeah, you can have a chat mine, 20 quid. And I'm thinking, yeah, I probably would actually do the same. But then again, like they had a shower like downstairs, like a garage.
Okay. Yeah.
So they can kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really get that like Henley Regatta, do you?
Nah.
Imagine if that was camping.
Henley Festival.
Yeah, oh God. Obviously I haven't been to there.
That's good. It's a good laugh.
I haven't done that or I haven't done Rewind either.
Rewind, I think, is for the elder generation.
Yeah, I feel like I'd like that one more.
Yeah, potentially.
I feel like it's a bit more of a vibe.
We should go. That's this weekend as well.
Is it?
I literally drove through Henley today and I saw the signs for it. Rewind.
I don't get what it is with Henley and events. Like they just have like nothing and then 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
Every weekend or something.
Goes mad.
Yeah, it's a bit. Because you did Regatta as well, didn't you?
We did Regatta, yeah. Did that. I think we did that for 2 years inside the Mahiki. Yeah. That was more of a. I think back then we were saying yes to things just because they seemed cool.
Was that a nice one though? Because obviously you're local-ish to Henley.
Yeah.
It's like doing something in your.
It is nice. It was nice for but more just to like in a showy offy way. Like in terms of like business. Like it's actually I would never ever do it again. Like realistically, people that go to Mahiki do not want ice cream.
No.
They want a greasy
frozen
burger.
cocktails though.
Yeah, frozen cocktails. There we go. Yeah, they could potentially do that. Although I'm not sure if Mahiki would like that. It's a bit of competition.
They already do it, don't they?
Yeah, they do it. So in the pineapples.
Mate, they are horrific to hold. I went this year and you just see people getting like dashed on their head and stuff.
Yeah, they're just squished everywhere all over the floor like these pineapples.
This was do you know what, I hate it. We did it for social 2 years ago. Just after COVID, and it was like a bit of a deal going on. So I was like, we'll take the whole team, we'll do like the tables and everything. This year, I think the price went up like 100%. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Out of COVID, mate, because that would have been during COVID when you went.
Yeah, and it was more restricted numbers and everything like that.
Oh, no.
It was horrible.
Let's not say that word.
Yeah, no, I can't stand it. But I guess with COVID as well, it's kind of it might have helped you a little bit because obviously you were doing the parlours and everything, but then the e-commerce side came
exactly.
a lot more from that.
Yeah, literally, it was obviously, the business before COVID was the parlours and the events, which is both physical, so they stopped. And then I basically had some time to think about what we can do to keep the business moving forward. So that's when I launched the DIY kits. Yeah. And it gave me a lot of time. I put all of my energy into that. So I moved back home for a few months whilst COVID was on, save some money. And then just put all my time into that and then developed this DIY kit. And then I mean it's turned out to be one of the main parts of the business, especially around Christmas. Like people always say to me like, that must be so amazing during summer, or like, what do you sell any during Christmas? It's like, honestly, like 90% of our sales from that product are Christmas.
Doesn't surprise me, because I remember, I think just before the podcast last time I got one, I think it came down after the podcast, and then me and my family were just having them all the time. Yeah. And I think you released another new one, then you've released another new one since then.
There's been so many we're constantly like updating it. It's not where I want it to be yet. There's loads of changes I want to make to it in the future, but we've just released a new electrical one, which is like slick. It's such a slick product. We basically built that product to hopefully one day be in, like your John Lewis, of course, your big stores, because it's the quality of it's unbelievable and it actually works really well. You can, it's so versatile as well. Like it's not like a normal ice cream machine where you have to like prep your ingredients, put it in the bucket, and then wait, 6 hours. Yeah. This, you literally plug it in, turn it on, pour in your cream, and you make fresh ice cream like on demand whenever you want. And that's what we're trying to get across to people, the fact that there is no waiting time, and it's one of the only machines where you can literally make instant ice cream.
Yeah, because I've seen them online, and then I thought, do you know what? I was like, this is going to be all over TikTok again.
Yeah.
Obviously, TikTok's massive for you guys, isn't it? I think I saw on there, it's still 1 million, or is it 1.1?
Yeah, I've not checked it recently, but just hit 1 million.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Is it 1.1 now?
I'm not going to say it in case it's not, but...
No, we've got basically that pretty much the reason why we've done so well on TikTok recently is we've just hired this amazing guy called Joe.
I've seen you slapping him with a rap.
I slapped him with a rap. Oh no, that's so bad. I went way too hard.
HR, you're lucky you haven't got HR.
It was his idea though, so he brought the raps and came to me. So had to do what had to be done. So
he annoyed you that day. He said something like a little comment. And you were like,
I was like, "You sure you want to play this game with me, mate?" Because he was like tapping me.
I saw it. And he like paused at the start.
Yeah, I ripped the tortilla as well.
You went easy. He went easy on you, to be fair. And I saw yours, and I was like, "Yeah, no, you connected."
See ya.
Best way to do it though.
Yeah, but he is class, man. He's so good. Like, he just gets it. Like, I personally I don't enjoy creating TikToks. Anything like that, and I've tried to force myself into it before, and this is naturally not me, so I knew I had to get someone who's down with that, like a Gen Z creator themselves, who just loves that, and that's Joe, and he's just smashed it. Like, all of our socials, he just gets it, understands the audience, and I think the audience are like, since starting, everything's just got better across socials, and then when socials do better, we get more event inquiries, we get more sales on the DIY, and more people come to the parlour. So social media just has such a good positive impact on our business.
Because to be fair, all the TikToks always come off mine, and everywhere I go now, and you've got one of the parlours, I always go there, and I always get one, I always take a photo, I always send it to you. Cause I was we were just speaking about the Manchester event that I went to, but the day before, I went to Selfridges.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You sent me a picture.
Yeah. So one of them was, I think it was the Oreo Nutella one.
Yeah, the Oreo Nutella. Yeah, that's called the You Want It.
Yeah, I don't think I've branched out. I think that's the one that I've always had.
Yeah, that's the best seller. We always try beat it. That's the OG though. That was probably the first flavour I thought of. Like, what the two most popular things are Oreo and Nutella put them together.
Well, I remember that because when I used to work at the Co-op, and you used to live in, when we were younger,
you used to come by Oreo and Nutellas
all the time, like daily. And I'm like, this is so weird.
When you worked at the Co-op, then was probably when I used to when I first started.
2014 to 2016.
So 2015. I mean, so when I first started and didn't have a machine, I didn't know what the machine was. I used to get baking trays and get dry ice, put them underneath, and then run down to the Co-op and buy milk, Oreos, all these different chocolates and try and make it.
I remember every time he used to come in, I used to always be like, I wonder what he's doing. Yeah. And one day I was just curious, what are you doing?
He's not too fat, that guy. Where's that all going?
Yeah, and you were like, I've got an ice cream company. And I was like, fair enough. I was like, I didn't really want to ask any questions at that point. I was just like, right, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are some interesting things that happen in that shop. It wasn't the most interesting thing, but it was weird interesting. But there's some characters where we live.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say exactly where, but yeah, it's built. But I always remembered that. So I always find it really nice when I see the TikToks, when I see on LinkedIn, and I see little things, the events. I've got a list here of just some of the companies you worked with. It's like Google, Grey Goose, Mini, Pretty Little Things, Sony, Android, Facebook, Amazon, Boohoo, Joe Malone, Rolls Royce. I mean, that list could probably go on for ages. And I feel like it's mental when I look back at. I remember serving you the Oreos and everything like that. To now looking at what's sort of happened.
Mate, it's crazy. Literally, I mean, we've literally worked with so many brands, and even to this day, it's just amazing. Every day, new brands coming on board. And I think that's testament to the brand we've developed is so cool. We're in the best locations, and it just kind of snowballs eventually. As of recording this podcast, we've literally I'm going out to New York on Friday for a month. We're doing the US Open out there, so the US Tennis Open. And I love tennis as well, so that's sick. We just got that. And and then we're doing Live Golf out in America, and it's just so cool. Seeing we're now internationally getting known, and people want us internationally. It's just and that's what I love. I love that. I love personally the travel side of it. So that's what I really want to focus on moving forward, is the international expansion part of it.
We'll definitely get that. How do you stay level headed with it all? Because obviously you must get some points where you think, I'm working with Rolls Royce or something like that, or you might name something you're working with. And you think, I grew up loving that brand or sort of buying their stuff.
At the start, I was a little kid. I think it was all so exciting. I mean, now I've been doing it for 7.5 years, so I'm a lot more like level-headed with everything now.
Yeah, you must get used to it a bit.
Yeah, I have got used to it, and also I think it's just important to not get too carried away with things and keep your eye on the ball. You know, yeah, it's cool, we're working with so and so, but what is that actually doing for us?
Yeah, of course.
People like talking the big game, but like it's all just talk. Like let your actions speak louder. So like, yeah, it's like I'm more about now. Like, what's the tangible positives coming out of that experience or that partnership, etc. That's what I care more about now, not just who we work with.
Yeah, no, I definitely must have asked you this last time, but I still want to know now. Who's most favourite person, like, recently that you've served an ice cream to? Not like company, like individual, where you've been a bit like, I'm actually just giving you an ice cream, like you're eating my product.
Oh, wow.
Probably Amelia from Chicken Shop Days.
Oh yeah. She was in LA. And so when I was in LA, doing events out there.
She's my favourite ever person. I said it on here before.
Well, she did something with us years back.
The chicken nugget one.
The chicken nugget one at the Parlour in Westfield. And
it was Jake, wasn't it?
With Jake. Yeah, so Jake used to work with me. So he did it with her, which is awesome. And I saw her out there. Actually, in LA, there was some unreal people that I served. A lot of influencers that, they're quite younger, but like. Like Tayler Holder, Charlie Jordan, you know, really.
You did his album launch as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, at his house. Yeah, so he was like, he loved the ice cream. So yeah, all of that group they were so cool. But mate, yeah, like all the time like God, I couldn't even. When people ask me that, it's just like a blur because there's so many people.
Yeah.
No, I know. He's the amazing entrepreneur. Oh, you'll know him. It's going to come to me. Gary V.
Oh, okay.
Gary V. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't personally serve him, but
I find him irritating.
Yeah, really. Let's hope he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, then at least he'll share it. So, but no, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the hustle porn kind of stuff. That they preach and everything like that. I think it's actually quite a negative thing. Yeah. Sometimes
I'm not personally aligned with any of that at all. Like, not me, but
he's a cool guy to
he's done well. Yeah. I respect that, but yeah, like he had one, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, man.
But I guess those people there, when we talk about the international expansion side of things, they must be so helpful when it comes to people seeing that the Tayler Holden, like you did the party for him.
Yeah.
People see it there, and they think, okay, well, I want to try that, and then.
Yeah, no, it's like when we were doing all those events in LA, like the influx in events, like so many people started messaging us, and it does have a massive effect. You know, again, like. There's also, there's only so amount of free events you can do. You also need to, you've got to keep switched on. You can't get carried away with it all, and you've got to step back and think these people actually need to pay me eventually. I need to there needs to be something coming from it. So again, that's what I was trying to keep myself level-headed when I was out there, because I was like meeting celebrities, doing these crazy events, but then. What is the actual objection?
I guess if someone like that says, "Oh, would you do this event for exposure?" Think, of course.
Well, obviously, like, I'm happy. Obviously, some people definitely worth it, but then other people just expect it. And it's interesting, like the mentality out there. Everyone expects everything for free. Like people just send you a message, like an influencer, loads of followers, and they just say, "Hey," and they literally expect you to come back saying,
let me serve your ice cream.
Yeah, we'll come to your house right now and make your ice cream. Like that's the mentality of it out there. I mean, I was literally going around like every day, like doing like 4 events a day. Like it was crazy. But then I had to like step back and think, right, well, we actually need to keep our eyes on the ball here and focus a bit.
But that must be massive now, because the demand out there must be.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's why we're going to New York next week, but. Yeah, there's so much demand out there. We're currently like more working on building a team out there, because obviously it's other side of the world pretty much. So yeah, we need to focus on building the team so we can. I mean, the idea is I would eventually move out there, be able to stay out there for large periods of the year.
Yeah.
To grow it and get an office, develop a team out there like I've done in the UK out there. And the Middle East as well. I see those as my 2 like main markets: America and Middle East. Yeah,
massively. It's difficult to try. I speak to quite a few people that have companies and they have offices in America and England, and trying to manage both.
Yeah,
it depends where in America you are. Like New York, like it's kind of 5 minute time difference, but you go somewhere like LA.
Yeah,
you're working.
It's madness. Like you're the time difference is crazy. It's very different out there though. Like. I struggle to get my head around it. It's also very like it's interesting. You feel so small out there in LA. Like I've never been to like New York, so but you feel so small and irrelevant. Like there's these little kids that just don't do anything. They just chill at home and they've just got millions of followers and just.
It's mental, isn't it?
And it's just like, what is going on? Like I'm working so hard, and they're just like, it's just different level. And everyone expects everything free out there. It's all about who you know out there, and like like everyone, it's all about like how many followers you have. It's quite a little bit superficial, which I wasn't too sure on. But yeah, it's all interesting. I think it's just I need to understand that, you know, there's areas more.
Yeah, see, I've got this thing about LA. I really want to go there, and then every person I've said about it to, they said the exact same thing, and I'm like, is it putting me off going? And I'm like, I'll go.
No, you definitely experience it. Like I'm not put off it. I just need to. I've started to understand it more, and I've managed my expectations of it. Like it's not. I would also, like, in terms of your mental health, I think it's a really poor place to go.
Yeah,
like
so I've heard
it's
that.
extremely. It's again the materialistic side of it, and that showy side of it. It's not great for your mental health, I don't think.
There's a few restaurants I want to go to there, like Boa.
Boa, like Catch LA. And
yeah, that's the thing. I'm just there, like,
it's so expensive. Yeah, it's so expensive. It's crazy.
When you go on their website and there's no prices on the menu, I'm there like,
yeah, it's nuts.
You know it's going to be. But then again, that's the whole thing about it, isn't it? That's how they appeal to it. But then I guess if you guys are out there and you're doing events, then it's going to be more expensive for people to book you out there as well.
Exactly,
and obviously that price.
You say that, like, that sort of thing. We were hoping, you know, budgets would be increased, but we still like had that pushback on loads of different quotes saying, guys, like people just expect things for free out there. So that was quite frustrating. It was very different to the UK almost. Like the UK, seems to be better right now, but
because you did a Coachella out there as well, didn't you?
Did Coachella, through Soho House. So I remember at Soho House, and they did their own like Coachella event just outside the festival.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It was called Desert House, and we did that, and it was so fun. Like, and we actually and then I went to Coachella on the Sunday night, the last night.
That's another thing I want to do.
Yeah. Again, though, it's got a big name about it, but like if you strip back the coolness of going to Coachella as a festival, it's personally my experience was not great at all.
Well,
like,
that's what I've seen people say.
You can't drink in the main arena. It's very like quiet. The music's quiet. The crowd was not going. Like it was.
I always see this UK versus US crowd.
The vibe was not great, mate, and it was just dusty. Like you couldn't see. I came back and I was literally like coughing out like thick black mud.
See, that's the thing. I always see it get compared to Glastonbury, and it's like I don't think you can compare.
Oh no, 100% not. I reckon people that go to Glastonbury will be offended. So you can put them in the same bracket.
Yeah, I've got a mate that went this year, and he went to Glastonbury as well, and he was like, "There's no competition."
Yeah.
He was like, "Not
100%.
Not at all." So for you, is the international expansion like the really main focus right now?
Yeah, 100%. So UK done for 7.5 years, so it's at a really good level now. We've got 3 parlours, about to be 4. And then there's some other parlours we're looking to open. So we'll probably get to around 5-6 parlours in the UK, and we think we're happy with that. And then the events business, we're kind of known. We're very well known now in the space, like very well known for all the corporates, all the big agencies. So that's going really well. So I kind of see UK as like doing really well now. I've got an amazing team as well that I can kind of step back most of the time now and let them run the business. And they do a better job than me. And then
Is that just the 2 dogs?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Monty and Raylan, mate. Yeah, poor officers.
Oh, Tilly comes in with me all the time. It's great. I love it. She's not in today because I've had podcasts and I don't.
Mate, they're unreal. Yeah, they keep everyone grounded. But yeah, my idea now is like focus on the international side, so America and UAE. So I'm also looking at franchising as well. So like,
cool.
You know, that's how I want to grow with the retail side. I don't want to do it myself. Franchises, like people that have done it before. You know, likes of people that have run McDonald's, Starbucks, etc. That's kind of who I want to give the brand to, and they can really explode it.
And is that UK only? Is that just abroad, or is that
just abroad?
UK?
No, UK. As I said, we can kind of manage everything in the UK.
I guess
ourselves.
If you wanted to do one, say if like the Oracle, you wanted to have one
exactly,
there,
we could do it ourselves, and then obviously the margins are better. So it would be international only. We've had so many franchise requests since we started. We've kind of said no to them all. Because you have to be so ready to do franchising. It's not something you can take lightly. You know, you're basically giving someone your brand to, you know, showcase. So you've got to be prepared.
It's even like attitude of the people making the ice creams, stuff like that. Like that 100%. Can have such a bad impact if they've hired the wrong person. Say like exactly. Sort of something the Oracle franchised it, and you had someone there that just didn't really care. That just wasn't that happy.
Yeah. I mean, one thing on that though, I've learned. So that was my the mic. That was my viewpoint when we started retail. We were like, we want these staff need to be perfect all the time. We expected our staff to be like us.
Of course.
And then over the years, it's completely it's impossible. It's stupid even expecting it, nearly expecting it. So you have to manage your expectations realistically. You know, it's young people mainly. You know, they're using it as a part-time job. They're not going to take it that seriously.
No.
So you've got to manage expectations. Like, obviously, they need to be at a decent level, but they're never going to be almost what what I expected back then, and that used to tear us apart. Like we would go in and we would never be happy. It was just so. It was almost depressing. Like, why are these people not caring like we do? Like, why aren't they? Why aren't they doing? Like, why aren't they high fiving the customers? Like, interacting with them? But over the years now, I've stepped away from that expectation because it's so unhealthy, and it will also never be achieved. I was like almost expecting this perfect service, and it just would not happen. We now have, now it's much better. It's like I've managed my expectations. The team are great. And I go and I'm much more happy when I go to the parlours now. I don't like panic.
Yeah, of course. So I've been to White City and
Manchester. Yeah.
And everyone's always been quite happy there, smiling and stuff like that. So I've always been there like, that's fair enough, 'cause it's a nice reflection.
Yeah.
Because when you think of the brand, you think
exactly. We're an ice cream brand, and we're pink and blue, like your top mate.
Do you know what? I did actually wear it.
There you go.
I was thinking, like, what am I going to wear today? And I saw this one hanging up,
mate.
and I was like, I know for a fact there's pink in their logo. I was like, do you know what?
Yes, mate, that's literally the pink of our logo as well. We got, because I rebrand. It used to be like a pale pink, now it's like a bright pink like that. So I appreciate that, mate.
This got dropped when I was at Regatta.
Yeah,
and I had to set alarms on my phone. You know what the service is like at Makey's? It's nothing. So I had like 5 people's phones all lined up trying to get it and everything like that. And I think one of the phones I got through, and I was like, thank God for that. I texted my mates, and he was like, no, I missed it. And I was like, I was absolutely battered. And I was like, how did I do this? I paid someone a tenner to let me use their phone to line it up because they said their internet was better.
You're an avid fan, mate.
I am. I was like, I need this one. I was like, the colour. I was like,
that's
yeah, 100%.
good.
But no, I was like, yeah, I know it's on the logo. I was like, I'll throw it on just for that. But no, I do think that's the thing. It represents quite a lot of happy things. I don't think ice cream can't be too negative. But also how you portray yourself on social media, the TikToks, everything like that. So when you go to the parlour, there is that expectation of, it's like a joy, happy brand.
Yeah, and we've got values. I think that's so important with nowadays trying to build a brand. It's all about your values, like, and really ensuring you follow them. Yeah. So our values are, be kind, smile more, and be yourself. And then we've kind of had that from the start. And we try, not too forcefully, we just try to portray that. Yeah. I try have that, in the office, I'm a bit of a clown. My staff say every day I start doing handstands and weird shit like
David
that.
Brent stuff.
Like we're just light-hearted. We're all but the culture is important as well. So the culture is hardworking, determined, targets, I want to build a brand that's internationally known. But then on the other side, guys, we need to have fun, and that will rub off onto the customer as well. And that's so key. Like having that culture and those values within your business is so key. And it's taken a long time to get right. One of my biggest issues I find is learning how to manage people. Something I really struggle with at the start. It's so difficult. It's learning about how to, being friendly with your staff, but also learning where the line is, and it's so complicated because humans are complex people, and everyone's so different.
As soon as you cross the line once as well, and the friendship sort of works as well, then it's okay for everyone else, and then it's the whole you've got favourites, and I've had that before. It's you got favourites. I was like, no, this person just did really well, and I said, well done, and you didn't. It's a tricky thing to do.
So that's one thing that's one of the hardest things I've tried to battle. I'm finally getting there now. Not there, but finally getting there. Managing the team, and also delegating, actually delegating. I used to think I delegated, and I realised now that we were not delegating. We were micromanaging completely, always telling people off. Even though we always said we want you to make mistakes. We make mistakes and learn from mistakes. But then on the same side, you're shouting at people, having a go at them for making mistakes. And now I've really tried to encompass that, and I think I'm doing quite well with it. And it's also just way more enjoyable, for us personally, to not caring about all these little mistakes that happen, and just be more relaxed and not reacting to things straight away. That's really key, and made me just enjoy Paradise so much more recently.
The managing stuff, I think it's quite difficult where you've probably got quite similar to me. Everyone's quite a similar age.
Yeah.
There's a little age gap, maybe especially sort of a couple of years back for you as well.
Yeah.
And you're there right, I've got to draw the line of it, trying to build a good relationship, but also still have that authority where you don't think that you can just do what you want and get away with it because Henry's a good lad. That kind of...
Exactly. I mean, when I started, mate, remember I was... how old was I? I was 20. Yeah, so
same age as me, yeah.
So back then, we were employing people that were our mates for the first few years, actually. Literally, it was all mates, and if not our mates, it was people older than us or the same age as us, and we were very immature. So it was really hard to keep those boundaries at all. It was a bit of a nightmare, really. Now it's become a lot better. I think I've just matured a bit. maybe. And just like, so yeah, I think naturally I've just understood how to manage people better.
Yeah.
But it will come. Like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, it takes so long.
I think that's the thing with it, isn't it? You can only improve by learning how to do it. I think the one that I struggled the most was managing someone that was double my age at the time.
Yeah, that is an interesting one.
That went terribly wrong.
Yeah, that's just a strange concept. I remember when we were in Bristol, when we literally started, we hired a manager for our truck. We had a truck there.
Yeah.
And the guy was way older than us, double our age. And it was just such a strange concept. Like, and we didn't have a clue, and he knew we didn't have a clue, so he was kind of manipulating us a bit. But yeah, it's all just learning curves, mate. It's good though. You need to go through these stages in life and to learn.
That's the whole thing about the whole young entrepreneur thing. Everyone always says about it. It's just like, oh, do you not find it really difficult? And it's like, yeah, but you're going to have those issues whenever you do it. So if you set a business up when you're 40, you're still going to have those issues then.
Yeah.
Because you're managing people half your age.
Yeah.
So it's always sort of going to happen. But it's a challenge. It's interesting. Do you think, looking back at sort of 2015, Henry would ever believe that this was all possible?
I mean, back then I was extremely naive. So I probably, I was thinking probably by now, we'd be the new Ben and Jerry's, or
of course.
And then you go through that stage. So you're extremely naive, and then you go and get like absolutely crippled. So then your confidence goes down, and you're like thinking, this business isn't going to survive till next week. But no, I'm really happy with where it is now. Like, it's, we've had COVID, we've had all these challenges, unbelievable challenges. Like, my co-founder who I started the business with, he left. So then I had COVID. So that was like the lowest part of the business. But and then we had no staff. So after COVID, I had no staff, and I've built it back up to where it is now. I've got an amazing team. So I'm really happy with where the business is. And I think I never really, that question, you never really look back and think, how well have I actually done? Like, I appreciate it. I'm really happy with where and I'm enjoying it, which is the main thing at the moment, more than the financial side of it. Like, I actually love it. Like, I generally wake up just loving it.
You can tell that as well when you speak to you about it.
Yeah, I just love it. I don't care about the money. I really don't. I don't really take a salary. I don't really taking money out of the business. I just want to grow. I want to do cool things. I love the traveling side of it. Going to cool places. That's the main thing for me now, is about enjoying it and enjoying the journey. But I am still focused on growing it as well. But I'm not so obsessed with setting these targets in my head, and because I know that's just makes you unhappy.
Of course. Do you think not being naive at the start is a massive strength?
Yeah, mate. Of course. I think we maybe touched on that in the first one.
I think it's the best thing in the world, because you think nothing can beat you.
Because if I started right now, obviously I would not grow. I would say no to everything, and I'd be so scared, because you just know. I was so naive back then, and I said yes to everything, and it made us learn way 10 times quicker. Yeah. Because you say no, you say yes to things right now I would never say yes to. So yeah, 100%. You need just accept you're going to be naive, and also people that want to start, they always wait for that perfect opportunity to start. They've got these ideas that they talk about, but they never actually start. And I always say to people, just start, make mistakes. You're never too early. Just go for it. Don't wait till your logo's done. Don't wait for your name to, don't worry about that. I literally, with Pan and Ice, I was in Thailand. I knew a company in America that performance Thailand called Ice Pan. And I flipped the words around and said pan, ice, and then put it in the middle, and then we thought of a flying pig. And we just made our logo and name so quickly. We didn't even think about it that much. Again, being naive though. I was doing mechanical engineering, so I had not a clue about business. Yeah. But yeah, definitely it's a strong point.
I think I was naive even during the start of COVID. And I think that was my biggest strength in COVID, because a lot of people they just stopped. And I was like, we're stopping. I was like, let's keep going. And then we managed to grow in COVID in recruitment. That wasn't really. Yeah, you
can just pivot. Obviously, as my company, for example, didn't do well, or physical companies won't do well, but there's other companies that will do amazingly. Yeah,
we did video interviews. That's what we switched to. So we switched to video interviews. We did it about 3 months before COVID.
Yeah, okay.
So then when it came, marketing agencies that were busy, or certain industries like healthcare, we then just switched it all to that. So anyone could interview anywhere they wanted. And then there's a few people now that are setting up similar companies. I'm there they're like, it's so easy. I'm there but you just missed COVID. Yeah. And now you're at a point where the industry's booming, set up and everything like that. It's just ride the wave while you can, trust me. Because if something like that happens again, that's when it's going to be. Exactly. But it was fun. It's a fun challenge. I thought.
That's good, and that's obviously your mentality. That's similar to me. I never give up. I never lost. it was hard, but I didn't lose hope. I always know that I'd get through it. And I think that's one of the biggest things that's got me through to where I am today is like, I always know deep down I can get through this. Like I've been the lowest of lows, where I think a lot of people would probably call it a day. But I've like literally dug deep and I knew like I can get through this, and things do get better. Like just don't panic and just let things happen, and they do eventually get better. And that's what I've today. Even today, like whenever I come into a challenge, I know just rest on it. Tomorrow's a new day, and everything will get better.
Is that how you manage the lows?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Just that self-trust. I built that self-trust up in me, just knowing that I can do this. And when people mock you as well, or like say negative things, you just you learn to ignore them, and it's been taken a while, but yeah, that's how I manage it now.
I think that's one of the biggest skills you need to have is being able to manage the lows, but also manage the highs as well. Because if you get caught on the high too much, then you come down.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah,
honestly, like we used to do all the time. You used to get so carried away with like, we said the most like things that don't actually matter, that sound cool to your friends or your family, and you can boast about, but they don't actually matter. So that's really important. Just like try keep level, like just like go along. Don't like none of that.
Yeah, because you've had some quite fast growth. What bit of advice would you give to someone that's going through a fast growth period or about to start? What would you say is your advice for it?
Yeah, I said, keep your head on your shoulders. Don't get carried away. Actions speak louder than words. So yeah, I think that's really important. It's a quality that I look in people, like, people that start bragging about go out for drinks with people and they don't start talking about these.
I hate
thing. It's like, okay, it's not, and it's normally the opposite of. They're basically trying to give themselves this fake sense of like reality to make them feel good about something, but like the real people that are doing well are the people that are a bit more reserved normally. But yeah, anyway, like people that are going, just keep your head on your shoulders. Realize, I don't know, it's a tough one. There's like, I think keeping your head on your shoulders is the main one. I would say, like, just stay level-headed.
Mine's always think before you speak, especially at the start. Like, there's a few people that I know that have just set businesses up. They're talking a lot online about how amazing they're doing and stuff like that. And I'm just like, just be a little bit careful. Because if something goes wrong.
Then you got more to lose then. Well,
if something goes wrong, you have to go get a new job. And you've got to walk in and go to that interview. And they just go, well, hang on LinkedIn or on Instagram, you've been saying that you're doing this, you're doing that, but you're now here in front of us.
I'm a multi-millionaire now. You're coming for a
you had Lambos on there. You're trying to be like Andrew Tate, acting like that.
Where's your Lambo? Outside.
Just there. I parked around the corner, got the bus in, or something like that. But like, you just try keep level headed with it. Like, my thing about it was reading, listening to a lot of audiobooks and reading quite a lot. That actually helped me sort of learn those skills as well and realise about it. Like, ego is the enemy was quite a big one for that. And the whole subtle art of not giving a fuck. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I've not watched that, but I've not read that, but I've heard good things.
Basically, my mates live in like Hull and Manchester and places like that. So what I'll do is before I do one of the drives, I'll just buy one of the books on my phone, put it on the way there and the way back.
So good.
Smash that out.
Yeah. I need to start doing that. Audiobooks, yeah.
See, I set myself a challenge of listening to 52 books in this year. I've failed it massively.
Oh, wait, I was going to say, hold on, 52?
Yeah, book a week.
I think I've done a book a year so far.
Yeah, no, I think I've done. And so
and they're always in holiday periods as well, like when I'm not doing anything.
Do you know what? I just got back from holiday. You can't tell. I just don't tan. But I would burn. I always take a book with me away, and I've never ever once read a page of it.
Yeah,
I just don't do it. I'm there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I did 75 hard.
Okay.
So have you heard of that?
Is that the exercise thing you did?
75 days straight.
I was watching you on your stories do that.
Yeah, so 75 days straight. You have to work out inside and outside, 45 minutes a day.
Okay.
Read 10 pages. So that's where the reading thing started. So I read Shoe Dog was one of the books.
Yeah, good.
That was class. So I'm going to do that again. There's a group of us that we're all doing it. So I know that stuff's going to start again. And we're hiring, I think we've got 3 people starting soon.
Okay.
So I'm doing it the first day of that starts.
Yeah,
the academy doing. So I'm there like, right, my mindset and like mentality for it is going to be so strict,
for
that period.
Yeah.
Where we're 100% headcount increase on just consultants. I'm thinking, right, if I'm like so strict to myself, like mentally and physically for that period, it should all work. Then it's just going to burn out. Like,
books are good. I think when I started business, everyone, I read books, and you do read books. And then one thing I've learned is like read them, but don't like take everything for them as completely perfect advice. It really isn't. Like, that person has just had a different experience to you, and they're talking about their experience.
Massively.
And that's one thing I found quite key. Like, people say, oh, like, if you want to be successful, read books. It's absolutely bollocks.
Oh yeah, but someone gives you like 7 books you have to read.
Oh
to
yeah,
be
it's all
successful,
bollocks. Like,
oh,
this whole like hype culture about like, oh, getting up early. Like, just people need to relax with all of that.
I do get up early.
I mean, I get up early, but it's not because
yeah.
I'm successful. It's like, I get up early because I like going to the gym early. And
Yeah,
like,
that's my thing.
I have a routine, but it doesn't like it's all funny. Like, yeah, like there's nothing that beats kind of like hard work, determination, and like just commitment and loving what you do. That's the main thing.
What's the biggest like, entrepreneurial advice that you disagree with the most? Like, you know, typical like hustle porn stuff you always see. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. What's like the really like cliche one that you disagree with the most? Obviously, not waking up early.
God, it's a lot of stuff on LinkedIn I've seen recently. Really, there's a lot of stuff around like people that are in certain industries like to put out on LinkedIn. That are obviously fishing for likes from the general public, or the people say, right, so I'm an employer. This other person is an employer, but in a different area. They will be putting out these posts about how people should be managed at start, or like businesses, you know, or treat them very well, which we do, but like go the extra mile and stuff, all this stuff. And I just think it's completely like just to get these likes, and it really frustrates me as like
the company benefits thing.
Yeah, like benefits, but like all these things about like basically trying to put the blame on yourself. If someone's not performing, like it's your fault, not their fault. Like almost trying to always look out for the employee and they're not the employer, and that just kind of annoys me. It's like, you know, sometimes the employee does do wrong. So that stuff I find quite annoying. Like,
but that's the thing. That's why they're posting it, because the people you're frustrating is the small group of people that are business owners.
They're doing it for the larger minority of the group. You know, more people are going to like that post if you do it towards the employees. If you side with them, so that stuff really I see straight through it as well. But yeah, there's a lot of that I think on the moment on Instagram. Much. Oh no, sorry, LinkedIn.
There's a lot of people.
It's becoming Instagram, mate.
Well,
we need a new one that's more like
I'm trying to
read towards like entrepreneurs and business.
Do you know what? I hate Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, I go on Twitter to like if there's something happen like in the news, like big in the news, I quickly go on there, and it's kind of like unfiltered.
Football transfers.
Okay, yeah.
Reading rumours, and stuff like that. Or drove into work this morning. You know, the petrol station, Emma Green.
Yeah.
I obviously pulled over. I don't go on my phone whilst driving before anyone says anything.
Yeah, of course.
There was like a Range Rover that had been shot at. And a car the other side.
Wait, did you see it?
I didn't see the shooting, but then I was like, someone on Twitter must have. Because it had a shot in the windscreen, on the back window, and the other side.
When was this?
This morning. Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, is that why the traffic's bad in Caversham?
One of the reasons, Emma Green, it is. At the bottom of Caversham, there's traffic lights, but all the buses are diverted and everything like that.
Oh my word.
Yeah, it was apparently they tried to smash into the Tesco's and rob it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then at 3 a.m.
In Emma Green, God, if anyone knows about Emma Green as well, it's like a little village.
Yeah, no, it's
it could be, actually, it's quite dodgy there. I remember back in the day.
The boy as well, the young boy that got stabbed there.
Yeah. Oh, in the field.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. By that. Yeah. God.
Yeah. So it's all happening there. But then I got in this morning and I said to George, who's one of the lads in the office, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's outside my mate's house. Let me find out what happened." And then he was like, "Yeah, at 3 a.m." Then just got the whole story of it. I was like, "I don't need Twitter." I was like, "I can just ask one of them lot." But I find it quite negative, so I stay clear of that one. But LinkedIn is becoming slowly that, and it's quite disappointing. We spoke at an event for LinkedIn. Yeah. And I was speaking to people there, and they're really trying to like change the whole thing of LinkedIn, and like the young influencers, they are pushing them, which I do agree with a lot of what they say. But then there's, because one of them's actually come on, that's quite big on it, so I can't really disagree with her too much. Okay. But there are certain things that people are pushing out, and I'm thinking, you're not really in a position to be talking about that.
Yeah, they're just doing it to fish for likes, I think, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's not real. Like, it's just frustrating. Also, it's a lot of these people, I won't mention any names, who like trying to be the best of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Probably know what I'm talking about, but like just non-stop, like just relax. 1 minute they're saying to be happy, you've got to appreciate where you are and just slow down, not always, you know, more. And the next minute they're trying to be the professional at every single different part of life. And it's just like, give it a rest.
It's a funny place, isn't it? But we post a lot on LinkedIn, and
I actually don't post. I've got someone who runs my account.
Oh, I don't blame you.
But as me, like, yeah. It's just not me. Like, and I know it's important. It's important for business. Sometimes I post, or sometimes it'll be like me feeding off to someone else saying, like, can you like talk about this? But I personally, I don't enjoy that. I don't like, I like being a bit more subtle, but I understand that it's also really important for business. That's why I do get someone else to do it for me.
So if I wasn't in recruitment, I don't think I'd be that bothered by it. So all our stuff's on there. So we post a lot on there, and I'll get if I go out, people are like, oh, your stuff's shit. Oh, your stuff cringes me out. We had one recruitment agency that was just bitching about us, and I know someone that worked there, and they just told me it all, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like, you can think what you want about it. Then we had 3 new clients come on from it.
There we go.
And our fees are like good fees for them. So I'm there like, you can laugh about the content all you want, but I was like, it's just
LinkedIn is powerful. We did a event in we've done loads of events through LinkedIn, but one in Abu Dhabi, we did that through LinkedIn where we did a world record. That all came from, I think someone saw my page and then messaged me. So it is super powerful, but on this flip side, I just don't personally enjoy it that much. Like,
you have to be quite fake.
I remember I put the pressure on myself when I first started on LinkedIn, like, of doing it myself, and like, you watch all these amazing people like Stephen Bartlett and these people that are so good at posting and they get so many likes, so you put this pressure on yourself to try to perform to that, and it just wasn't me. I was like doing these fake posts that I'm personally.
I do remember when you were doing some of them.
Well, I'm extremely I'm a bit dyslexic, so like I also don't like writing long sentences. My emails are so short. Like
Grammarly.
Yeah, mate, that's a godsend. But I was just like, I just was forcing myself to write these like amazing sentences and stuff like that. It's like, I don't care about this. Like, I'm not. This doesn't add value to me. So
that's why I won't really write long posts anymore. Like we'll come in the studio and we'll just talk utter rubbish in front of the cameras about recruitment, and it does well. And I'm there like, and then we get a lot of companies that say, oh, we really like your personality, and I'm thinking, I don't have to write a long post now and try to like really like whys and stuff like that. I can just laugh that someone's slagging off recruiters on Twitter, and it's like, it's so ideal.
Start one called Recruitment Wars.
Wow, do you know what? There's this one.
Start name dropping them.
Wow, there's this one guy that hates recruitment so badly, and we always bring him up in the videos because he did like one tweet saying like work hard, party harder, or something like that. And we're gonna keep mentioning him, and then reach out to him to try and get him to come on.
Who is it?
His name's Jeff. Yeah,
Jeff.
That's all I know, but I know his Twitter handle is written down somewhere. Oh, such like so ironic name, isn't it? And him, like George, has got this thing about Jeff that he has to bring him up in everything he does. So every single video, he'll be like, well, Jeff, and then he'll like quote Jeff on something, and eventually I'm going to reach out to this Jeff guy and try to get him like Jeff versus George. We need to do a couple more.
Hype.
Yeah, we need to do a couple more. But it's in the comments, people always mention it now. They're like, shocked Jeff's been mentioned, George has got a thing for Jeff and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's going to happen. But he's like some CEO in America.
Oh, okay.
So he's not even like some random person. I don't know what business it is. I haven't really looked into him. I don't want to click on his LinkedIn just yet, and then he sees all the shit about him that we say until like we build enough case for it, saying like, do you want to jump on a Zoom call with 100%.
George? That's so funny.
And then it'll be like, it could be a good little bit of banter for the people that actually have watched it.
Yeah, build up to it.
But he could just be like, fuck off, like, I'm doing it. Like he could just be like, absolutely not.
He just hates recruiters, mate.
Well, he does, and I do get it because sometimes like you must get reached out by loads of recruiters.
Well, yeah, God, all the time. LinkedIn. I mean, I don't connect to them now. You can tell who's a recruiter very quickly. But yeah, sometimes they call me up and I keep getting emails. I don't even know how people get my email.
I can show you that.
Yeah, through LinkedIn, isn't it? Yeah.
There's
few ways you can get it.
There's a few.
Constantly getting
tools,
like links. Yeah. I personally haven't really used recruiters. I've just used LinkedIn. Done it myself. But yeah, I mean They always call up. I can't be too harsh on them though, because I've got now a sales guy who's an ex-recruiter and he's amazing. So
do you know what it is?
I hear it from his side as well. Like it's a hard graft.
There's some people that absolutely give like people on the phone, and I'm there like, if someone spoke to your sales team like that, what would you do?
Exactly.
You'd be pissed off, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why when I get sales calls, I'm always like, yeah, I'm not there, whatever. I'll be like, oh no, I'll be nice to them, because I remember someone shouting on the phone at Sadie once, and I'm thinking, who are you? Like taking the phone and be like, hang on.
No, I'm polite with them. I'll just say like, look, I know you're a salesperson. You need to, you've only got a few hours in a day. Look, I'm not going to waste your time. Don't even bother trying it with me. Good luck on you. That's cool. And I, keep it short. There's no point wasting people's time at all.
Yeah.
So I'm very blunt.
Some of them have call times they have to hit.
Yeah.
So they'll just call numbers.
Really?
And just. They'll call fax machines was the old thing people used to do. They'd call fax machines and be on the phone for like half an hour.
That's so funny. Maybe I'll waste more of their time then.
Yeah. Like it's just like they're like, oh, I've got half an hour to hit. It's Friday at 4:30.
Really?
Let me call a fax machine. Or like you can call numbers that will just tell you the time.
Okay.
There's like little numbers like that,
just
and
keep it running.
Yeah, they're just like literally just sat there, just like having a conversation to themselves. It's quite smart, but that's why we have like KPIs around stuff like that, because It's just so stupid to do things like that. But there's something I'm quite interested about. So obviously the whole point of the podcast is to find out what your spike is. So you're the first guest that's come on second season. That was in the first season. You're the first person invited back on.
Really?
Yeah.
Gee, mate. Honour.
Yeah, I know.
God, mate. Thank you so much.
Flirting already.
Unbelievable.
But so Lewis is going back on it later date. And I was like, but you're the first one we reached back out to. And I was like, right. Enjoyed our chat quite a lot.
So Tom wasn't on the first one?
No, Tom wasn't on the first season. He was the first person second. It took 4 months to book something.
Wow.
That's how long it's... And we wanted to launch with him and someone else, but the other person fell through, which is the name I mentioned to you earlier that we might be flying out to do. That was supposed to be the plan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which...
God.
We'll see.
So I spike.
Yeah, so I know what it was about 14 months ago, 15 months ago.
Was that how long ago it was?
Yeah, I think it was in April, March.
God.
So it was a while back. So I've got your spike here, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, right, because I might say the same one.
You might say the same one, or you might have changed it.
What is a spike again?
So your spike is your unique selling point. So your unique thing that's helped you stand out in like your market or in your role. It's like a unique skill that you have.
Yeah. I think I know what my first one was. You might have to cut this bit out because I might have to take like 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not telling you your one until you said the other one.
Let me think. Yeah, no. My last one, I was like not taking what everyone says so literally. Was that it?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No, it wasn't that.
Wait, no. That could be it. That could be it then.
It started by saying it's taken 6 years to develop, but...
people management skills.
Nope.
That's my spike then this time.
Spike's this time people management skill.
Actually, no, it's not. My spike this time is the fact that I've learnt to kind of enjoy the process more. I think I touched on this earlier, which is so important. You hear it all the time, like enjoy the moment you're in. Like, don't always, you say to yourself that I want to get a Range Rover, then what's the next thing. So I've learnt now to like enjoy the journey way more. Like I'm loving just where Pan and Ice is now. Like it couldn't get much better for me mentally. So that's what I've been really working on recently. And that's my spike at the moment. Just find something you're like so obsessed with and you wake up for. And it honestly does not feel like work. Like I love it, like the traveling side of it, and that's why I want to focus more on international expansion because I love traveling. So that's my spike at the moment.
I always say to the team, trust the process. I say it every single day.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Jack said he's going to get tattooed. One of the guys, he's like, get tattooed, trust the process. I was like, please don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit corny that trust the process. That corporate bullshit you've heard since you're like
he's only saying that
16.
Because I just got back from Greece and my mate got HM staffing and the spike pod tattooed on his arse.
No, that's commitment.
It is.
Mate, I've got Pan and Ice tattooed on me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have HM or the spike on me. He's got it on him.
You just get it on you. On your forehead.
Do you know what I said to him about
in colour?
He did it, and the next day I pretended to have a fake phone call from the team, and I was like, "Oh mate, I'm so annoyed that we're gonna have to rebrand." And so I say,
"Well, mate, I've got the old one on me, and we've just rebranded, so I might have to it's on my hip. I might have to cross it out and put me and my missus are going back to Thailand, so I got it in Thailand like the year after I found the business out there. So I might go back. We're going back in Christmas. I might get it crossed out and put a new one next to it.
Well, you could just put the date until then, like
exactly,
a timeline of how it...
Have them going around me like a belt.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, he got it done and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's really annoying that we've had that thing come through that we have to change it because H&M are kicking off at us. We're going to have to drop the HM. And he was like, what? I was like,
that's mad. That's commitment, though.
Mate, I'll speak to you later about it, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, fair play to him.
God, I don't think my staff would ever do that.
No, like he's literally just my mate as well. Like he was just
unbelievable.
He was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get it done, and I was just like, he was like, you have to pay for it. It's €30. I was like, of course.
Here we go.
I was like, yeah, 100%. But your spike last year was that it's taken you 6 years to develop, but it's the ability to look at failures and mistakes in a different light.
Okay.
Which you actually touched on a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier.
Well, yeah, and also that ties probably quite into the fact of my spike now.
Oh yeah, it's quite similar.
Yeah, it is quite similar, very similar. But yeah, okay, interesting.
It's a weird little reflection, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have actually got that. I thought it was managing people or something. But
I had to quote it. I had to listen to it earlier because I forgot as well. And I was like, right, what actually would it be? What was it? And then I was like, right, let me quote it.
There you go.
And everything like that. But obviously, we spoke a bit about the future and everything like that. What for you is like the main goal for the next 2 years?
Main goal is franchise. I want to be in. Have multiple stores within US market and the UAE market. Personally, be living in one of the two countries, back and forth, like proper homes there.
Yeah.
And then continue to just build out an amazing team. Like that's the main thing really. Like I don't envisage on doing this myself. I envisage what I'm good at is I start the process of things, like create, and then I pass it on. If I get too involved in anything, one particular thing, it causes me massive amounts of stress. I muck it up. Like I just create loads of friction with the rest of the team about it. So I need to get things started, and then I pass it on. Or if there's someone to pass it on to, I basically hire in for that role.
Yeah.
And that's what I've become really good at. It keeps me way more happier. It keeps me way more working on my business or in my business, and it keeps the people happier. Like I completely pass it over. I'm still there to support, but
yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing now. So yeah, international expansion, both with events and retail, and the DIY business continue to just churn out newer models and build that 360 approach to the business. That's really important for me.
Just hire them in, just not through recruiters though. just not recruiters.
Especially not HM.
Yeah. Like, I've never even messaged you about it. I was always like, there's people that I know, and I'm there like, do you know what? If they ever actually needed help with it, they'd ask.
Yeah,
it's always one of those ones where it's just like, I used to pester my dad.
Yeah.
Because he's at a warehouse and they had an admin person. I saw the advert up, and I was at the last company, and I was pestering him, and he was just like, mate, piss off. Like,
yeah,
like,
we just never needed it. Like, we've got a cool
there's some
brand,
companies
I think,
that don't.
so
Like Chelsea were looking for a social media person. It's like a prime example. Like they just won't need it. Where you've got such a strong brand, and everyone
exactly
thinks, oh, that's such a cool place.
And like
to work.
social's huge. We can just put it out on socials. Like, and like some roles are much harder.
Yeah, of course.
Marketing roles, social media roles for us are way easier. Like we've got so many people that apply to them.
Well, that's what I was speaking to George. So it's the episode before this. So he like Foot Asylum, Young Philly, Chunks. Like they do all their stuff. Chelsea, locker room. He said like they put an advert up, about 3,000 applicants. For like people like editors, because then you'd be editing Young Philly, Chunks, people that's content. He was like, it's unreal. Like when I spoke at an event with him, I had like 5 or 6 messages saying, "Oh, can you mention to George that I did this, and I applied for that?" And I'm thinking, no.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned it to him, and he was like, mate, he remembered every single person of their names, and he said, oh no, they were rejected because of X, Y, Z, and he could remember it all. And I was like, fair, because I couldn't do that.
Yeah, mate. For my head of marketing role out of COVID, I think I had over 1,200 people apply for that role, just off LinkedIn, literally just off LinkedIn.
Yeah, if you'd have put that on Indeed,
it was just out of COVID. So like all those, Topshop, all the big brands kind of closed. So I had the most amazing roster of people that applied to this role. It's a big shout out to Lucy as well. It's just amazing. Like she got the role out of all those people. But yeah,
he's mental to look
at. Hiring is so key on like the timing of it. Like back then it's really hard now to find the same amount of people, like the caliber of people.
Yeah, you don't. We put an advert up now. When you get 2-3 applicants, you put an advert up, then you get 200-300 applicants. It's completely changed. But also hiring's one of the most difficult things as well, because you get it wrong, one person.
Yeah.
You employ someone that's like an arsehole, for example.
Yeah. Well, it's why recruiters do well, because it's the most important part of the business, the people.
Yeah,
people
that's why we've got
number one.
Our refund rebate period is 3 months for a reason. If someone doesn't work out, or you think you get them in, they're actually a bad egg, get them gone and we'll find you someone else. You've got to have a guarantee there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's there. But the last question we always ask people, a bit more of a fun one, don't worry, don't think about it too much. Dinner guests, 3 people, dead or alive, who are you picking? I got in trouble for one of mine once, so I can't say it again. I'll tell you off camera.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, fair. Is he buying Man United, or was that a joke?
I haven't even heard that.
He tweeted it.
Yeah, it probably is then. It was pocket change for him.
Yeah, it was so minor. But
yeah.
I don't know if he's joking or not, but...
Elon Musk, Justin Bieber.
Oh, Biebs is in mine as well. What a hero.
Ooh, who else?
I love the Bieber one, the stories.
Yeah.
The stories would be unreal.
James Stewart, he's like a motocross rider. I love motocross.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's awesome. Yeah, those 3.
See, Bieber's quite a popular one.
Bieber's just awesome, mate. Yeah, like it's a Marmite
one though.
Yeah. I actually respect him so much. He's just incredible.
I think the story as well. Like you'd get some unreal stories from him.
Yeah, mate.
Like, I say him all the time, so he's always in
Imagine
mind.
befriending Bieber.
Well, you're laughing, aren't you? Like, you just got sick live. George Heaton's always in mind. One of the guys that owns Represent.
Yeah.
And then the other one switches between people. But I just think like sat down with them, it'd just be.
Yeah, mate, it's incredible.
But you say Bieber, some people are like, oh God, can't stand him, and some people they're like, oh yeah, that's quite a good one actually. If you think he found his fame when he was so young and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a strong shout. I'll tell you mine off camera, which one I got in trouble for. I said it, and my mum shouted at me so much for it, and it was on a podcast as well. So he's out there as well. I know. Yeah, he's terrible. But no, thanks for coming on.
No,
really
thank you,
enjoyed
mate.
it. It was nice. It was nice catching up as well.
Appreciate it, man.